Hello, welcome to Wellness by Degrees. Today's class is going to be part 3 in our flexibility series, working on our spine and neck. So for this class, you're going to want 2 chairs. Just set one up facing forward and another one up facing the forward-facing chair. So let's get started. Starting out, we have our forward-facing chair and then our chair facing in. You'll want to sit on the chair facing in, and to start out, just find a comfortable seated pose. So that might be feet on the ground, you might have your feet up on the chair in front of you, or you might tuck the feet under. Just find what feels good to you right now. We'll want to draw up nice and tall by rolling the shoulders back, drawing the chest forward, allowing everything to stack over each other. And let's just let the arms fall down to the sides for now. Eyes can be opened or closed, and begin to bring awareness to the breath. Inhale, drawing the air through the nose, into the back of the throat, through the lungs, filling the diaphragm, and exhale, allowing the air to return back out. Inhale, maybe a little deeper this time, and exhale. Inhale, letting the belly come out, and exhale. Releasing all the air. Continuing to draw in 3-dimensional breaths on your own. Going at your own pace. Playing with the inhales and exhales. Allowing them to work evenly. And when you're ready, we're going to bring a little bit of movement into the neck. So on your next inhale, we're going to turn the neck over to one side. It doesn't matter which side. You might open the eyes if they're closed here, and exhale, come back to center. Next inhale, go to the other side, and exhale, back to center. Inhale, turn, and exhale, center. Continue a couple more movements at your own pace. Consciously weaving the breath and movement together. Moving on, finish whichever side that you haven't done. We're going to start to bring the chin forward. So drawing the chin down, getting a stretch through that back neck, and coming back up. Continuing to let the breath flow. Let's come down again, and come up. Come down. Let's turn with the head down to the right. Turn to the left, and come back to center, come up. So let's do that one more time. Down, over to the right, making sure that you're not holding the breath here, over to the left, and back up. From here, look to the right again, come to center, look to the left on the breath, back to center. Now you might bring your hands up. We're going to do a slight tilt of the head up. We want to keep the neck long, not dropping it back, but getting a little bit of a backward stretch, stretching the front of the neck. And then begin to roll the neck at your own pace. It doesn't really matter what direction you're going in. We'll get both sides before we're through. You might pause in an area that feels good, or keep going if the movement itself is what feels good. If you haven't already, switch directions. Check your breath. Is it still flowing evenly? Is it still connecting to your movement? Great. Straighten up the neck, drop the hands down by the sides, and you might just shake out through the shoulders. So a lot of the movement we're doing today is going to be in twists, and we have levels for everyone. Begin facing forward, and we're going to take the right hand back. Maybe I'll sit forward for these ones. It'll be easier for you to see until we bring our legs up. Plant the feet. We'll bring the right hand back, put the left hand forward on the right leg, and you might just look to the side. We're starting out with very simple twist. Level 1. Level 2, bring the hands to the side. Maybe get a little bit deeper stretch through that spine. Level 3, you're welcome to hook the arm behind the chair. And if you want a really deep stretch, you might lift this right leg and cross it over the left leg, pulling the knee in the opposite direction. So this is the deepest version of the stretch. If you feel like you've stopped breathing, that might be a good time to unwind and do a different version of the pose. It's okay if the head doesn't go all the way back. Head might not be in as much of a stretch as the arms are or the spine is. We're trying to lift and stretch from the chest first rather than just winding the arms behind us. Wonderful. Unwind wherever you may be, and going to the left side. So left hand back, right hand forward. Level 1, you just look to the side, slight twist. Level 2, hands come to the side of that leg, little bit deeper stretch. Level 3, hook the arm over the back of the chair. You might cross the left leg over the right if you do step the right foot in. Place the hand on that knee and go for the deepest version of the stretch. It doesn't matter which version you're doing. Whichever version you're on, whatever you feel is best for your body, that's what's right for you. Breathing. Being aware of how you're feeling right now. What's going through your mind. Working on non-judgment. On accepting yourself for where you are. And on the next exhale, unwind. If the legs are crossed, uncross them. And take a couple deep inhales and full exhales. Let the shoulder blades start to relax. You might even bring the chin down as you take a couple deep breaths. Wonderful. Now let's scoot the hips a little bit to the left. The feet will come a little bit to the right. And we're going to reach over to the left. So this is a little bit different. Kind of like what we were doing before, but we're moving the hips instead of just the torso this time. And then we're going to start to lean forward. working this elbow down to the knees. Trying to keep the chest forward and the spine long. Just a little bit different sort of twist. Inhale, let's come back up. Walk the feet back to center. I know this one's a little weird. Walk them over to the left side, and then we'll twist over to the right a little bit. You might stay upright, or you might start to bring that elbow down and get a little bit deeper twist. Gaze might come up, or you might keep the gaze forward. Either one works. Inhale, coming up, bringing the feet back to center, and exhale. Let's let the arms come down by the sides. Inhale, let's draw the arms up, flipping the palms up, and then coming above the head if that's in your practice. Gaze might rise. And exhale, let's fold forward, either bringing the hands to the knees or all the way to the ground. Awesome. Inhale, let's look forward, lifting slightly, and exhale, let's fold back down. Take a moment here to just breathe wherever you are, whether the hands are on the ground or on your knees. Slight hinge forward in the hips. Breathing. Inhale, let's roll through the spine wherever we are until we're sitting up nice and tall again. From here, moving into some cat-cow. So inhale, we're going to arch the spine, lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders back. And exhale, we're going to round, really looking towards the pelvis, pressing the hands into right above the knees. Inhale, lifting up with that arch, and exhale, rounding. We're going to do several of these, so find your pace, find your breath. Feel free to linger in whatever area you would like. This is really your own practice. You get to decide how it goes. And sometimes the breath gets disconnected from the movement, and that's okay, just as long as you're not holding your breath. Wonderful. When you finished both what you were doing, you can come back into mountain pose. And I am going to move back to this chair. If you've moved chairs, you can move back as well now. And we're going to bring the legs up onto this chair. So I'm a little sore today, but we want to bring the legs up. If you can, we're working on flexing the feet a little bit. It's okay to have a slight bend in the knees. From here, we're going to lift the right leg up so that the knee faces towards the ceiling and the foot is planted. And then we're going to move into a little bit of a twist. So you can go as far as you'd like. We're going to start by moving the chest so that it aligns with the knee. And then we might go a little bit further. If you want, you're welcome to drape the right arm over the back of the chair. If you want to go really deep, you're welcome to lift up that left arm and hook the elbow over the knee, just to give you more leverage in that twist. This is definitely not necessary, but just an option if you want it. Inhale, let's unwind. And exhale, let the foot come down. It's okay to bend the knees here. Let's fold forward just a little bit. Inhale, coming back up. If you like having the legs straight, straighten them out. And let's bring the left foot up, planting the sole of the foot. Remember, you can just hold around your leg, do a slight turn. You might turn a little bit deeper. Really, option for an extra bit of sensation is to hook that elbow over the knee. Maybe bring the opposite arm behind the chair and look back. Deepest stretch for today. Making sure that the breath is still coming. I know that this can be hard to breathe in, so if that's a struggle for you today, maybe come out of it just a little bit. And when you're ready on the next exhale, we'll unwind and bring that leg down. Wonderful. From here, let's bring both legs in, planting the feet, and then we're going to start to open the legs, trying to bring the soles of the feet together. So you can open just to wherever your legs fall. If you want, you're welcome to bring this chair in just a little bit for more support, and then either holding just below your knees or around your ankles, or you can even hold around your big toes. We're going to do a little bit of a cat-cow from here. So we're going to round down as if we're bringing our head towards our feet. And then we're going to come up and not quite arch the spine. We might have a mini arch, but we're just trying to sit nice and tall. And then while breathing round, you're welcome to stay here a little bit or go back out. You can have as much movement or as little movement as you like. And then coming up nice and tall. If you're holding, you can take several breaths in between, going up and down. If you're not holding, then try to do an inhale as you come up, and an exhale as you fold forward. This is going to be a little bit of a hip opener as well. It's all connected. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Let's walk those feet back out. You might shake out the legs. You might shake out the shoulders. And exhale. From here, we're going to sit up nice and tall. We'll grab the front of our chair and we'll just try to pull ourselves forward. So the seat of our pants should stay here. Our back should stay about the same. We want the motion to be in the chest, and maybe our whole body shifts forward just barely. And then exhale, come back to a neutral body, neutral spine. Inhale, pull forward, and exhale, neutral. So this is lengthening, helping us lengthen up and coming back down. Again, you're welcome to have the knees bent here. You can even plant the feet as you do this. These are all just different variations of that cat-cow sort of motion. Just feeling it slightly different wherever we are. And then everyone, if your legs are still straight, bring them up, both of them, planting the feet on the chair. And it doesn't matter which direction you go, but we're going to all twist a little bit to one side. You can wrap the hands around the legs, or you can bring the arm further, reaching to your side. You might bring the gaze back and exhale, unwind, going in the opposite direction. So it might be a small twist, might be a larger twist. Doesn't matter, just picking the twist that works for you. And exhale, unwind. From here, let's lean forward. If it's more comfortable, you can bring the feet down or you can keep them up, straightening the legs. And we're just doing a slight forward lean. If the legs are up, you're either wrapping the hands around the legs or just leaning forward. Taking a couple breaths here. And then everybody, let's bring the legs off the chair, planting the feet, and we're going to start to walk the hands forward, maybe resting our elbows on the chair, maybe crisscrossing the hands and bringing our head down. If this is difficult or uncomfortable, there's an option. You can put blocks or books underneath yourself. You can put a blanket or pillow, just something to give you a little bit more height on that chair. Allowing yourself to breathe and relax. Allowing any tension that you might feel in your back or spine to release and relax. I know I get a lot of tension in my upper spine. When you're ready, we'll start to move the hands from wherever they are, start to walk ourselves back up. There's just one more exercise I want to do for the spine that can feel really good, and then we'll move into our closing poses. So for this one, you want to get behind your chair. Place the hands on it. Let's see, I'll make sure those chairs are far enough over you can still see me. And walk back. This is our downward dog. So remember, only go as far as you need to or as is comfortable for you. Remember, we're hinging at the hips, if you've watched some of my videos before, rather than at the rib cage. We want to keep the rib cage nice and tall, as if there's a board holding us in place here, so that we have to bend from the hips. And then placing the hands here. If this is difficult for shoulders, for mobility, you're also welcome to place the hands on the chair and just walk back like this, so that you're not stretching through the shoulders. Hopefully that makes sense. So you can have the arms up higher, or you can just rest the hands flat on the chair if you don't have that mobility in the shoulders. Wherever you are, take a few minutes to explore, to see what feels good for you. The gaze can come straight down, or slightly forward, or slightly back. Just explore for your body. Another option is you might look to one side, lifting the gaze, and then look to the other. Just explore this to the level of your body's comfort. It's okay if you're right here, you can still explore from here. You might rock the hips from side to side if you feel stable. And then let's put a slight bend in the knees, just pressing the hips back. If you want, you can step in closer to the chair if you want to feel more stable there. Remember, we're not trusting the chair with our full weight here. It's just assisting us and steadying us so that we can explore bending the knees and leaning forward. It's like an extra leg. Inhale, coming up. Let's slide the chairs back if we move them for that. And exhale, coming to a seated position. Now for closing, we're going to go into whatever seated pose feels comfortable for you. So that might be just leaning back, letting the feet come forward, letting the legs relax. It might be leaning back with the feet up, letting the feet fall out to either side. Knees might have a slight bend. So you're welcome to come here if that's what's comfortable. It can also feel nice to put a blanket behind your back, behind the lower back. Another option is to bring the legs down and walk the hands forward like we did earlier, either resting here or grabbing a pillow, a blanket, something to prop yourself up on. If it's in your practice, you can just use the chair, crossing the arms over and letting the head rest down. Wherever you are, whether it's leaning backwards or hinging forward, draw your attention to the body, to how you're feeling, letting the toes relax and release, letting the muscles in the feet begin to relax and melt into the ground, relaxing the ankles and the calves, relaxing the knees and the quads, relaxing through the hips and the pelvis, letting the abs and the lower spine begin to relax, letting the breath and the movement of the chest begin to slow, relaxing through the upper spine and shoulders, through the arms, the elbows, the wrists and fingers, allowing the jaw to begin to relax and all the parts of the face to become heavy, letting the breathing return to normal. Allowing yourself to stay here for as long as you'd like. Letting the mind still. When you're ready, you can begin to bring movement back into the body. If there's any stretch that you'd like to do, you're welcome to do that now. Eventually coming to an upright position, sitting forward with feet planted one last time. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this practice, like and subscribe. Also let me know what you want to work on. I'm happy to figure out whatever sequence you prefer, whatever parts of the body you'd like to focus on next. I look forward to practicing with you. See you next time.